If you look at a person who is confident, always successful, and smiling, happy, what do you think about them? I used to think a lot of things. Actually, how strength comes into your body, like you won't burn with strength. You build your strength with fear, and life teaches you how to be like this. And before I introduce myself, I want to talk about a little girl who inspires me every day, who encourages me to do better in life. And once upon a time, there was a little girl. Before even she opened her eyes, life started testing her strength. Her mother was 3 months pregnant. And this little girl didn't even open her eyes, and she was in her mother's womb. And her mother was struggling with her marital relationship, and she's thinking about her strength and her capabilities and her future. And she also tried to get rid of the baby, but this little baby held on as if she silently saying, "Amma, it's okay. I am strong. I will survive, and I will make you proud one day." I am Vithika Sheru in front of you, standing today. And that's how Vithika was born. And like I whispered from my mother's womb, I'm always there for her and my entire family. Something changed the day I was born. Something magical happened. Something that nobody expected. I was born not in a luxury hospital, not with so many luxuries. I was born in a simple house without any budget. And that day, everything changed for my mom. And after 3 years, my sister, my little darling, who always there for me, she was born. I think when I was 7 or 8 years, something happened. By then, my parents were separated, and I knew what was happening around me. And my sister was very little. Something happened to me that then I didn't understand what it was. But today, I call it as a child abuse. Because I didn't scream, because I didn't cry, because I didn't feel anything, I didn't say anything to my mom, my sister, or my family. But that trauma lived with me until 22 years. Recently, when I was talking with my friend about the situation, and I felt like there was something living with me. And when I spoke about it, I felt relieved. Trauma doesn't give us scars. Trauma lives in our body. And after my 7th, 8th, and 7 years old girl experiencing this, and now when I see my nephew or nieces or any other child, if somebody is going close to them, my brain gets alerted and my body starts getting shivers. We never know what happens, right? And that was when I was 7 years old. Years passed by. As I told you, my parents are separated, and I've seen my mom struggling so much, selling saris, doing small businesses, and learning tailoring, selling saris house by house, just to feed both of us. And I've seen her closely, and I felt like I should do something about it. And that's how my acting career started. I never wanted to become an actress, but for survival, I have become an actress. Not directly as a heroine, but I did multiple television shows, and I did modeling. I acted as a background artist in big films, and I also danced behind actresses, and that all made me very, very strong. And that's how my career happened. And always people used to call me unsuccessful actress. But what they don't know is I am very successful because I was feeding my family. I gave up my education and I was educating my sisters and my siblings, and I was taking care of 8 people in my home. And back there I have to feed my family. I don't have time to decide what to choose, what not to choose. That itself I call success. After that situation, life happened very early to me. So I started doing lot of films. Nothing got recognition. I did Tamil, Kannada, Malayalam advertisements. I traveled all over India to work just to feed my family. After a few years, like when I was 17 or 18, there is this wonderful lady in my life. That's my aunt. I call her Divya Pinni. She's the most inspirational lady that I've seen in my entire life. I used to look up to her. I used to love her crazily. I used to write in my diary, more than my mom, I love my Divya Pinni. That close she was to me. One day, when I was with my friends, like every other teenager, I was just having a chat with my friend, and then I get a call from my mom. Saying, your Pinni is not well. Can you please check with your uncle? And I was like, I hang the phone and I was like, it's okay. It's just a normal thing, I guess. It's always, it's usual. People getting sick. It's okay. I didn't give much thought about it. And then I was again talking. Within 15 minutes, again I got a call saying, your Pinni is in coma. Okay. That I thought my mom is just, she didn't know what was low BP. Maybe she's saying coma. Then I called my uncle and I asked, is she okay? He said only one thing, come to Jubilee Hills Hospital. I am in Kukatpalli. And I was traveling with my friend in the car, and I was like, something was not right. Something was making me shiver. I called him again. Please tell me, is she okay? He said no. And actually throughout the way, I was behind one ambulance. There my aunt was there in the ambulance. By the time we reached the hospital, when I saw her, the lady that inspired me to be here today, that day when I saw her, she had a needle here, and I was like, what is happening? Can you guys please explain it to me? Please, please. And my uncle was not in a state to explain me anything, and there was the doctor who did the mistake. She was explaining that she went for a normal test, a healthy lady, normal test she went, and they literally cut her blood vein, and the blood went to the brain, and she brain dead. And immediately the hospital that we got her, all the doctors, they said, we need to do the immediate surgery. And nobody is there. Me and my uncle were there. My uncle was not in a state to sign any papers. I took the responsibility and I signed the papers. If whatever happens, we are not supposed to do any ruckus. I'm like, okay, nothing happens. She's all right. That's what I was praying. And next day they said surgery was successful. I got relief and I was waiting for her to get discharged. Next day we get a call saying we need 11 units of blood. Within 1 hour, somehow humanly possible things we did. We got 11 units of blood. After giving the blood, within 1 hour we get a call saying that she's no more. My world shattered. I was looking up to her. She was the backbone of our entire family, not just me. And the people who did that was very powerful. That day I decided nobody in my family should go through that. That's the reason I have to become very powerful. We need to have lot of things. We should know so many things. And that day I decided that I will be there for my family at the age of 17. And that changed my perspective in life. That changed everything about myself. And after a few days, and already I was in my first relationship, that guy was always there for me. Like, when this happened, he gave his shoulder to me. And whenever you're weak, emotionally drained out because you saw your loved one pass by in front of you, and he was there. I was like, decided, this is the man that I want to marry. He said, I'm your support system. I'm going to replace Divya Pinne in your life, and I'm going to take care of everything. These are the words I heard from him. And he used to call me Amma. That's where I fell. I was like, yes, this is the guy I want to marry. And one day, when I open Facebook, I see a post on my birthday that he's engaged, which was more painful because I imagined him as my partner. More than that, I thought he's my support system. When you're weak and emotionally drained out and you see someone and you believe those people, and he left me just like that. No closure, no breakup, nothing, no drama. That's it. I don't have an answers for that. Years passed by, acted in few films in Tamil, Kannada. Meanwhile, I became more stronger. Life tested me the hard way, teached me so many things. One day, I walked onto the set and I see one person, a person, a dream hero, my dear Varun Sandesh. Actually, at that position, I don't think nobody will fall in love with me because I was just started my career. I started my career, but that's when I was getting good films. That's how I got Paddanandi Premalo Mari, which I acted with my husband 10 years ago. And I saw him. We never spoke to each other. We were always other side, like if he is here, I'm there. If I'm there, he's there. We never had a word also until 3 months of shooting. At the end of the shooting, I don't know how it happened. And he was being close. I was being very close with him, very friendly. Then I said, dude, if this is happening, let's get married. That's how. That's how I said yes to him before even he asked me. You know, right, universe? And he said, yes, of course. And that's how we fell in love, not by the way I look, not because of my background, not because of my status. Because when my first relationship broke up, one of his colleagues said, why would you think he will get married to you? He's born with silver spoon. As if women's status is measured by her background. And when Sandesh said yes to me, I was on cloud 9. Not because he said yes, because with him, there are 60 family members that said yes to me. And till today, they treat me like their own daughter. Whatever I missed in childhood, I get it from my in-laws. And I always dreamt of having a big family. Big, very big family. And our wedding was a fairy tale wedding. And everything changed. And that's the most beautiful phase of my life. And yes, it's been 9 years that we are married, and people still ask me why no kids, because we are building us. And years passed by, everybody thought, oh, Vithika got married to Varun Sandesh. Oh, all said, now she'll eat with silver spoon and everything. Basically, after marriage, like few years later, Sandesh wanted to move back to USA because he's US citizen. So why? Because he's not getting good opportunities. He wanted to do a better films. That's the reason he wanted to move to US. And I was not okay with it. I was like, no, I can't leave my mother India and I can't leave my mom, sister. No, I can't do that. Because I never imagined that I will travel to US because my husband lives there. I never imagined that. But like a very good wife, I followed his dreams. And we went to US. We struggled there for almost 6 months and nothing worked out. He wanted to do something. I did catering there. We cooked together. We served people. We got paid money. And we didn't have car. We had only house. We used to walk 2 kilometers get to vegetables. This happened in 2017 and 18, that time. And I didn't wanted to see him like that. like I've seen Varun Sandesh like this. I don't want my husband to work like this. And then we decided he will start some business in US, I will start some business in Hyderabad. And I traveled back. Within 3 months, I started with Co, an event management company. I called him, and he also did something grateful back in US. And we decided, no, we are getting back to India, and we moved back again to Hyderabad. That's when we got a call from a television show called Big Boss, and everything changed after that. Everything changed after that. Like financially, mentally, physically, we became so strong, because if you want to see success, you have to go through every step, every struggle, that's how you become strong. And after that, COVID happened. We got good money in that show, but COVID happened, and we had to take care of the household things. We spent all the money, and what's next? That's when my life started as your bestie.